Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Rock is a Lady's Modesty episode number 9 reaction. So the previous episode we had Shiro telling obviously Tina to leave the band because she's not really contributing anything. She's moreover she's kind of dragging everyone down. She's new to this, so obviously they don't have the time to give her so that she can become better. So like stuff like that. And in the end, with when Lilisa kind of saw her giving that up, which kind of reminded her of her own situation where she had to give up Rock herself. She decided to stand up for Tina and said that give us a while. Within the like 5 days or something, I'll show you and make you say that, oh, she can participate with us. So they did a good, like a good training. In the end, she still wasn't really that good, but she could kind of play, match their pace. And at the beginning, Shiro still didn't like it because they changed the composition, but it was something that Otoha told them to do, so Shiro couldn't really complain that much. So she accepted. So Tina is in, but now the big question is, will what's her name, Lilisa, be able to prove her own guitar playing to her? So yeah, we are in the place, the lighthouse, and we met the other group, Bitter Ganache, and every single audience are here to listen to Shiro. So it's a big responsibility because Shiro won't be playing guitar, and yeah, Lilisa will be taking her place. So even the audience will probably, at the very beginning, will probably be disappointed seeing Shiro not in the guitar. But let's see Lilisa prove them wrong. So let us begin. Yeah, I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is a preference, and let's get started. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so we're hmm. Hmm. What? Damn, she's sweating. Oh. Oh yeah, I guess. Fluff. Yeah, this isn't really a rock song. I see. Yeah, but it's not really. Yeah. If they're passionate about it, then. Hmm. Okay. Oh. Oh no, what is she wearing? Oh. Yeah. The hell is she wearing? Oh boy. It's probably something crazy. Hmm. Oh God. What is Otto wearing? They didn't show us still. Blanc de Noir. Oh, that's the name? Blanc de Noir. So white, black and white? Yeah. Plus alpha. Yeah. Oh, okay. Wait, is it going to start dancing when they start their song? I think so. What? Oh. Yeah. Alright, you'll see. Yeah. You think. Okay. Wow. Bruh. Ah, there you go. Oh, she's wearing a. Oh my god. She's wearing a whole dominatrix. What? Yeah. Oh my god. Look at the whole. Each and every. Okay. Each and every one of them are like wearing such a different dress. Yeah. I was gonna say each and every one had a different dress. Oh, and there you go. Like I said. All right, let's start. Well, let them do what they want to do. Yeah. All right. Counting the chickens before they hatch. Nope. After coming all this, you know. Okay. Oh. Yeah. That's why they do the whole with the drumstick. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. It's like a it's like going down the river. Like you get swept with the current. Okay. I see. Okay. You know what? Maybe. Okay, well, like let's. Alright, let's start. Yeah. Alright. Calm down. Oh, okay. All right. So this is how it starts. The song. Oh yeah, we don't have vocals. Okay. All right. Let him cook. Let him cook. Better. Wow. Interesting. So yeah, yeah. Oh my. What are you talking about? Oh no. Oh no. Like it's yeah. That's why they said like start a little bit early or something. Oh my god. The more you think about that, the more you'll just start slipping. Oh god. Just toppling. Oh. Oh no, she's stopping. Oh my god. No. Okay. Oh wait. Oh, so she. Oh no, I thought she, like she kind of let it play out so that she could keep up. Yeah. Damn. Oh, this is the drum, right? Yeah. If you get a running start, but still miss your cue. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, now it's okay. Right. I think somehow she was able to. I see, I see. Alright, so they're in rhythm now. Okay. Hmm. Wow. Okay. A rabbit is laughing, smiling. Okay. Wait, is that it? Are they not going to play anymore? Huh. Somet- mm. Oh boy. Oh wait, so it is one song, right? So it's over. But let's see. Oh. Oh no. Okay, they will play another song. All right. Hmm. Oh boy. Okay. Damn. Hmm. Yeah. I don't know. I get the feeling like she's trying to play like for others to like. I don't know. It's like, wait, is she gonna cuss her out? I feel like. Okay, no, never mind. I thought she was gonna start cussing her out or something. Okay, alright, now. Yeah, this is what I was saying. Up until now, she was trying to make others like her song. She wasn't doing it in a way where she would like playing. You know, like that was the problem here up until now. Mm. Oh, here we go. Yeah, just play. Just go all out. Yeah, that's how you do it. Yeah. Okay, here we go. It's picking up now. Right. Yeah, because she was trying to please others or do like she wasn't doing it like she wanted to. And now she's like, I don't care. I win, lose, don't care. Yeah. Oh my god, Otho's one upping her. Yeah. Like, because this is how it started, if you remember in the first episode. But I like that. Yeah, they'll win. Like, they're not even looking at the audience. Nothing. It's just playing it for themselves. As I said, egotistical. Held back the guitar before they ruined the song. Yeah, Tina is just out. Oh my god. Wow. Damn, she was actually struggling to keep up. Oh, so she was a bassist? So interesting. So she was only playing guitar because she wanted to make a band with Otoha. Is that why? Oh my god. Yeah. Right. Damn. Right. Alright, that thing will start dancing. I'm pretty sure. Where is it? Where is that little toy thing? Oh no, never mind. I thought it was gonna start dancing on something because they said it doesn't have a battery and it moves through sound. It probably will, let's see. Right. Oh, there you go. Yep, there it is. Alright, wow. Damn, today's episode. I think like from the 10-minute mark up until the 24-minute mark, it was just them playing. So like 15 minutes of like, full like music, I guess. That was good. Okay, is that it? Yeah, all right, there you go. That was episode number 9 of Rock is a Lady's Modesty. So we had the live today. The live, obviously, the live had two sections to it. The first section was Tina kind of messing up, couldn't like keep the tempo, but then Otwa kind of showed her the way by kind of adjusting her playing a little bit. Now, obviously, I'm not 100% sure about like the technicalities, because I'm pretty sure people who are actual musicians would be able to actually say properly at that, oh, at this time this is what she did, that's why she was able to keep up, like kind of like catch up with her playing. Like I think like proper musicians, proper people who are in the bands will probably be able to explain it properly. Obviously I don't have that knowledge or the technical knowledge, but I'm assuming from what I could understand that she changed her playing a little bit, which could make Tina kind of catch to that and drag herself out. And then obviously when she's on track now, she can now play like normally, something like that she did. So that's what happened. And once she's in tune, like it's fine, now she can continue playing. And obviously the main battle after that started, going between Shido, and not Shido, I would say, because in a way you could say the Shido, like it seemed like I at least thought that what is going to be is that Shiro will be playing, and like Lilisa will be playing, and Lilisa and Shiro will be trying to one up each other. But turns out that literally wasn't the case at all. At the end, it was basically Otoha and Lily, just like how it started. And Shiro was more or less, you could say, the regulator. Like she kind of, with her playing, regulated Lily-san and Otto so that they don't go out of bounds. Like they don't go crazy and completely destroy the song. So that was more or less, you could say, Shiro's part in this. So it really didn't go like I thought it would. I really thought that it would be like Shiro and Lisa trying to like kind of one up each other. No, that's not how it went. But you know what? This is better, I would say, because the whole thing of this show was basically at the very first episode. It was Lily and Otto kind of trying to like beat each other in their like in the music department with their own playing. So that's how it started. So that's exactly how this went as well. Shiro became more or less the person who kind of regulated them and dragged them back when they were just almost going to go off bounds. So that was more or less what Shiro did. And obviously Lisa kind of kept on with them. So yeah, now this is Lisa's like first life. She isn't really that much used to it. So I'm assuming that's why all she could do now is just keep up with them. But more and more they practice, the more and more they do live like gigs and stuff. I think little by little, Lily will also probably not Lily. What's her name? Tina. Tina will also be able to, like a time will come when she herself will be able to really match them. Like like now she's like doing her best to just keep going with them, but she will be able to independently play properly. Like on par with them. One day I'm sure. Like yeah. So there you go. Now, one of another thing that obviously like people, as you can see, were saying is like a no vocalist, that whole thing. Now that is another thing that I would say that yeah, a lot of people like wants in songs. Like like I myself obviously like like I've definitely listened to rock songs and stuff. I've listened to a lot of rock songs, a lot of other music as well. But instrumental only music, I would say I haven't really listened to that much. Obviously that is like the, I guess you could say like the um like the common thing like that people do. They always just, whenever there's like a rock song, they're like, oh, there's a vocalist, great, good, the vocals, like you focus on the vocals, the music kind of make it like a very like a complete experience. That's like the main thing. So vocals are obviously, a lot of people just, when there's no vocals, they're like, oh, there's no vocals, so yeah, like what should I listen to, like and then they don't listen to those songs and everything. And I would say I'm also one of those people. But the thing is, like, when you are an instrumental only, you know that people will be judging you from the get-go, seeing that you don't have a vocalist. They'll be judging and they'll be like, ah, yeah, like, no vocalist, like, what the hell, that kind of thing. So making them stay and listen to your song even though they would prefer a vocalist, and the fact that these guys are actually capable of doing that in itself shows how good they are at their craft. Like, um I think you could say that, there's a lot of like bands and everything, a lot of good bands, you could say. If you take like people from an instrumental only band and compare them to some other band maybe who has a vocalist, I would say most of the time the instrumental only bands, their playing would be way better than the bands that have a vocalist. Like, because they like the instrumental only, like, band, they need to be top of their craft to be able to make people stay and listen to the song. Because like I said, this whole thing with no vocalist, what the hell, I'm not going to listen to, that is very common. A lot of people do that. I also do that as well. I don't really listen to songs which just purely instrumental. So that's like the common thing. So the fact that you are able to make a name for yourself just by instrumentals kind of shows how good you are at it. So like that's the main thing. So yeah, like any kind of instrumental only bands who are famous and popular, I would say they're the masters of their craft, because in no way like are you like getting that amount of fame by being mediocre. Because not only do you have to go against the whole, we need a vocalist, that kind of thing, because you don't have a vocalist, not only will you have to fight against that, but like people are definitely going to judge you from the get-go. So yeah, the fact that they're famous or popular in the first place in itself would kind of tell you that, oh yeah, these guys are absolutely amazing, like probably the best. So yeah, that kind of thing. So these guys here, like obviously they're wait, what did Shiro call their band? Noir and Blanca Noir and Alpha, or something like that. Yeah, so that's kind of funny because, as she said that the main thing of their, like, the reasoning behind their name is basically black and white, which is Shiro is white and Otoha is black, and their colors theme, and Alpha is basically the other riffraff. So in a funny way, I would say that you could say that lily is also white, because lily, lily flower, it's denoted as a white flower, right? So you could kind of say that yeah, it was Noir and Blanc, but basically the way the whole like performance went was Otoha and Lilisa. So both of them going back and forth. So the blank was from Shiro. It just got transferred to Lilisa. So Lilisa was the blank here, and Otoha was the noir here. So I would say it became like that. Even though Shiro had a different way of, like, like the naming sense, she did it in a different way. She thought she was blank, but that just got flipped up completely when these two started playing. And as we saw at the end, these two started going against each other, and Shiro had to like stop them from going out of control. So right, that kind of thing. So yeah, there you go, that's what happened. Now, one thing I would say in today's episode, they kind of showed, and I think I said this in the previous episode only, I said that the reason why Lilisa is struggling is because she's trying to please someone, perform for someone else's ears, I guess you could say. Like, like yeah, obviously you're performing for other people to like, that's obviously, that's pretty obvious. But sacrificing your own, like, I guess you could say, enjoyment, you're trying to play according to, like in a way where you are like, oh, this is going to make the other person acknowledge me. That was wrong from the very beginning, you know. Like, and it's kind of interesting because I feel like Lilisa literally gave that advice to Tina herself. There was a section in the previous episode where she told Tina that, oh, you shouldn't think of others, you just play, like, what you want to play. And I was like, you should also be thinking about that, like she literally gave the same advice to Tina, but she herself forgot that, oh yeah, I also need to do what I said. She was focusing too much on the fact that, oh, Shiro is here, Shiro's playing is so good, I have to play better than her, so that, like, I am, like, I can keep playing, I don't have to give up the band, and frustration as to the fact that she cannot perform as well as, what's her name, Shiro. All these things were bothering her so much that she was focusing on that, and she forgot on the main thing, that is, as Otoha said in the very first episode, if you remember, that, oh, I just do it because I want to do it. I have fun doing it. That's why I do it. When Lisa was like, oh, why do you do it? You're literally, you're a rich person. You can do whatever. Why do this? And she was like, oh, is there a reason for it? No, obviously not. I do it because I want to do it, and I like doing it. That's why. So that is the main thing that you need. And Lilisa, you could say, kind of forgot about that, but here at the end, she was like, you know what? Screw this. I am not going to be playing to please anyone. Like, neither Shiro nor all these people in the audience. I don't care. I'm just going to play for myself. And she started going crazy. You could see, like, like when Otoha started going crazy, then she started going crazy and started going back and forth, and they were like, this is some egotistical, like, instrument playing, because these two were going in such a way that it was going to completely destroy the song. And that is why, like, Shiro at the end had to come and stop them from going overboard using her bass, and she kind of stabilized them. You can see. So yeah, so that's what happened. Now, another thing I would like to say here, I still think that probably purely skill wise, Shiro still is better than Lilisa, but that wasn't the point of this whole thing. It, like, like, it was just Shiro acknowledging, acknowledging the fact that, yeah, Lilisa can do it. Lilisa is someone who is, okay, like, with the guitar. She is really good with the guitar. That acknowledgement was the thing that was needed here. And, like, I don't think the main thing was like skill wise one upping her. That wasn't really the main thing. The main thing was what we saw. That is, she can, like, carve her own identity on the stage, and just, yeah, like, make, like, the people like her song, like, just play it in this way. So I don't know, I still think that she is probably, because I feel like, purely skill wise, I think that, like, Shiro is still probably better than Lilisa, but she still, like, showed her, like, skill here in such a way that, because the thing is, she was the one with the guitar here, Shiro was with bass. So her playing proved itself that, yeah, you know what, I can carry on the, the music, even if Shiro is not there. Like, I can be her replacement for the guitar, and I can probably be better than her. I don't think she still has reached the position where she's better than Shiro, but I'm sure she will in the future, because as we get to know later on, Shiro actually wants to play the bass. And I did think it a little bit weird at the beginning, where she was like, kind of looking at the bass, and she was like, oh, this is the last time I see you. And I was like, it's, as she's saying it in such a way, it's as if, like, she wants to play the bass. But, I was under the impression that she's a guitarist. So I was like, that's a bit weird, isn't it? Like, she took the bass as a replacement, right? But then I realized at the end, no, it's actually the opposite. She took the guitar as a replacement. Bass is her thing. She literally told Otoha that, like, oh, like bass is the best. I want to, and the reason why she took the guitar is because she wanted to make a band with Otoha. That's why, I think. So, something like that. So her true passion is bass. So, like, yeah, that's why she was saying it like that, that, oh, this is the final time I see you, or something like that, she said. So I guess, you could say in a way she was also kind of trying to sacrifice her passion to, so obviously in Otoha's watch, that's not going to that's not going to happen. Yeah, you will be playing what you want to play, and that's how it goes. Like, Lilisa loves the guitar, she's going to play the guitar. She loves the drum, she's going to play the drum. And if, like, Shiro loves the bass, she's going to play the bass. So to make a band with her, she's going to switch to guitar. No, that Otoha will not allow that. Something like that, I guess. Yeah. But anyways, there you go. So that was today's episode. Really good episode. You know, the whole section of these two going crazy and just Shiro using her bass to stop them, and then she was like, you two want to go crazy, but do it inside the cage forged from my rhythm. And you can see she's outside on a throne, and there's like a whole ass cage, and Otoha and Liz are like at each other's throats, while Tina's just standing there flabbergasted. She's like, why am I in here? Why am I inside this cage? Oh boy. But yeah, that was that. Okay. You know what? Let me read that section where what's her name? Shiro said. Where Shiro said that like, it was revealed that Shiro actually wants to play the bass. Here you go. Otoha's like, Miss Shira, you are quite good at the guitar as well, I see. And as soon as I saw that as well, I'm like, wait a minute, as well? Wait, what does that mean? So she's a bassist? She's not a guitarist? I genuinely thought she's a guitarist and she switched to the bass so that you can do this whole thing. It's actually the opposite. So then she's like, the guitar is the star of the band and influences the integrity of the songs. That's why I want to understand it. But are you still going to choose to play the bass? And she's like, although the bass is part of the rhythm section, it is still melodious. It's the only instrument that can aggressively push the song while also controlling the band. That's literally what she did. Therefore, it's the coolest instrument. There's no better instrument for me, is there? So yeah, in a way, she's like more of like the control part of the whole thing is perfect for her, while guitar is like go crazy, on your own kind of thing. Same with, I guess, like the drum as well, where Otto plays, like that. So when these two go crazy, since she's in the bass, she can kind of keep up the song along with kind of controlling them and bringing them in. So yeah, that kind of thing. So yeah, there you go. And you can see her smiling for the first time, I guess, because she's playing the bass. She's playing something that she actually wants to, that she actually admires. So seeing how what she like seeing how that she can play actually like she wants to play, she started enjoying it, and that's why she smiled. So that's why up until now she never smiled, because she was just playing the guitar in other bands, and that wasn't really something that she was passionate about, like as much as she's passionate about with the bass. So that kind of thing. Okay. Right. So yeah, there you go. That was today's episode. Now I'm just basically talking about the final section. The section before that, let me talk about that a little bit. Tina. So Tina, you can see, like when Otoha told her that, oh, like just be sure not to mess up the start, because as soon if you just fall back, you're going to just start trailing behind and you won't be able to keep up with it. So start a little bit earlier. I think she said something like that. But Tina, because of her freaking chest, she got confused. She was like, oh, I cannot see the keyboard. And then and that hesitation made her mess up the cue. And yeah, so, and the thing is, like, I didn't realize, like, I at the beginning I didn't realize. I was like, oh, like, the usually how they do 1 2 3 with the, like with the drumstick, and then they start. I thought everyone's going to start at the same time, so I was thinking like Otha told her that, oh yeah, when I'm going to give the cue, and we start play alongside with us. But that wasn't what was going on. At the beginning, you can see it was first the guitar, and then I think it was the drum and the bass. Keyboard wasn't playing, and keyboard started a while later when the song is already underway. So her cue was very, very important, you could say. Like, it was extremely important because the song is already underway. Like, it's like, like, if you're like catching like a vehicle, like a maybe like a bus, if you're like getting on a bus which is stationary, it's easy to do that, like, and everyone like goes at the same time. But if the bus is already moving and you have to like start and like jump at the correct time to get on it, that's way more difficult. And that is what was going. The song was already on the way, and it was already undergoing, so she had to time it perfectly. But then she was like, oh my god, I can't see the keyboard, and then it was over. She lost the cue, she couldn't start at the correct time, and she started panicking, and it just started going down. Because this happens, like when you mess up, that mess up makes you panic, which makes you even mess up more. And that messing up makes you panic even more, and you're like, oh my god, I'm destroying everything, which makes you mess up even more. It's like a chain. So whenever you mess up, this is like a very important thing you need to do, but it's very difficult. It's just easy to say, but it's a lot of people are not able to do it at the correct time. Whenever you mess up, you have to become calm, extremely calm, and just keep going and then somehow salvage it. Obviously, most people are not able to do that because the panic sets in, and oh, then you're screwed. As soon as the panic sets in, and it's screwed. Especially if you're new to this. Like, she's literally, this is the first day in front of so many people. Like, so that mess up like was just crazy. And that is why Otha knew that she might mess up even after that. So you can see she even gave her like a way out even if she messed up. So she said that, okay, even after all of that, if you somehow miss the cue and not able to do it, try to listen to my drum. And then like I'll guide you. I'll help you out. You can like cling to that and try to get yourself out of that mess. And yeah, and that's what she did. She listened to the drums and she was able to get out. And like I said, I probably won't be able to explain it in a good way, but I feel like people who actually play music and are musicians, they might be able to explain this better. But the section where I think like Shiro explains it here, this part. So Shiro says that she kept hitting her crash cymbal to guide Isami back on tempo. So yeah, I don't know the technicalities as to how that happens, but I can understand what she's trying to say. Proper musicians will probably be able to explain this better. But yeah, she kept hitting her crash cymbal to guide Isami back on tempo, and as soon as she's in tempo now, she can now carry on. Like once you're on the main path, you can then carry on your own. And then you can see little by little, she realizes like, oh my god, this is good. Like, my music is actually meshing with others, and it makes such a beautiful harmony, and that makes her happy, and it made her elated because she realized for the first time that, oh, since this is working perfectly, this is how good it is. Like, something like that. Yeah, like, how when you start something new, you mess up multiple times, and sometimes you're just disappointed. You're like, oh my god, I'm just messing up. But then for the very first time when you do it correctly, you're like, oh damn, this is, like, if I do it correctly, this is how it is. That's amazing. And that makes you, that one little taste of success makes you strive for more success, because now you know that what you're aiming for. Yeah, that's basically what happened. And she was like, also, this is how it is when the music, my keyboard meshes with the others. This is how it sounds like, this is how it feels like. And then she started continuing to do it. So she did it perfectly over there. She salvaged her performance perfectly. But like as we know, still at that point it wasn't really that good, the whole performance. But then Lisa went crazy, Otto went crazy, Shiro had to stop them, and yeah, so there you go. And that is what this whole performance was. This was truly everyone just going out, and then music like mixing and meshing perfectly. So yeah, there you go. That was today's episode. Yeah, that was great. That was really good. Yeah, so let's see. Next episode, I'm assuming we'll probably see Shiro acknowledge Lisa. I don't think she'll directly acknowledge her. She'll probably be like, okay, like I can still play better than you, but it's fine. You can, it's good enough. And Lisa will probably get pissed, and she'll be like, how dare you? And they'll squabble with each other. It will probably be something like that. But she will accept her. And yeah, we will get our new keyboard and a bassist after that. Right. And there you go. That was my overall impressions for today's episode. Really good episode. Like I have to say they really like, like they really, like, what can I say? Like they did the whole performance for like 15 minutes. And the fact that each and every second of the performance kind of like, like told a story, like, oh, this is how they struggled, is actually beautiful. Because like throughout the whole performance you could see like what is a performance? Obviously when you see like a song and everything, it's like people playing and you're just vibing with the music. But this whole performance had a whole story to it underneath, and the way they kind of showed the story little by little, step by step, was really well done. And it really showed us like an experience from what the band, like, mates might be feeling at that kind of time. That kind of experience it gave us. Because usually whenever we listen to a band or like a music, like, group, we're the audience. But this kind of gave us like a whole, like, internal thing. So yeah, it was really well done. Beautifully, beautifully portrayed. And right. Okay. And there you go. That was that. Now, that was my overall impression. Now, let me talk about this episode scene by scene. I don't think I need to talk about this episode scene by scene because there's literally nothing to talk about. They were just playing and they're just like, making music. And I basically talked about most of the important things. But let me just see if I missed anything that I wanted to discuss. So the first section was Bitter Ganache. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about Bitter Ganache. Let me talk about that now. Bitter Ganache, as you can see, Shiro, as Shiro says, the problem with them is that they're just going with love songs. And it's not that love songs equal bad. It's because they don't want to play love songs, but they're playing love songs because that is what the people want. So they're not being true to themselves. They're just doing it because, like, yeah. And that is one thing that Shiro hated, and that is why she hated playing in their band as well. And she herself said that in the previous episode. She was like, you just do stuff that other people wants you to do. That is not rock. Like, what the hell? You're just pleasing your fans. Like, that's just what you're doing. That's not rock. Rock is being free, doing what you want. So yeah. And obviously most of the anything which is popular kind of starts going in that direction. Because anything that starts in a good way, like in a small but a good way, when they start getting more and more popular and bigger, it starts getting kind of like, oh, this is what they want, I'll do it like this. So they kind of forget where they started from and why they wanted to do it. They just start catering to the audience, and that is where a lot of people kind of mess up. They fall off. They forget what made them where they are. And as soon as you forget that, it's just downhill from there. So kind of like that. It's very common in not only music, anything you could say. Any kind of thing, like be it like like influencers, YouTube, anything that is like requires like an audience, and like two parts to it, like someone who's making the thing and the audience who's consuming it, any kind of thing which is like that. it always starts slow and steady in a nice way with their own passion, but then as we go bigger and bigger, it just starts catering to the audience, and that's it. You're not doing it for yourself. um, so it's difficult to maintain that. And and you can see, like, not only this show, I'm pretty sure girls band Girls Band Cry also had this whole similar thing with, like the yeah, that was also the plot of Girls Band Cry, where like the main girl, I forgot all the characters' name, but the main girl, she one of the main girls, she left one of her old bands because they started just like doing it how their manager, their company, how they told them to do it, and it was just like puppets in a way, you could say. And she didn't like it. She didn't like that version of rock, and so she just took out, and she just like went away from the band. So that kind of thing. What was that name of the other show? Jellyfish Can't Swim. Same thing. It had the same thing, same, like, plot point as well, where a certain group is just catering to the audience because that's what sells. So they're forgetting their true where they came from. That kind of thing. So that is basically Shiro's problem with Bitter Ganesha and a lot of the other bands. And and you can see her showing her displeasure when they started singing love songs, and she's like, and you can see literally from their face, they don't even want to play it. The girl who was singing, you can see she is just playing it like, oh, I have to play it, so I'm not play it, sorry, I have to sing it, so I'm singing it, that kind of thing. So yeah, and there you go. And obviously the people are loving it, but still, that isn't their passion. You cannot shine in that way if you're doing something which you don't like. You'll never be able to like get better at it or move forward. You'll always be stuck. So yeah, anyways, so that was like the Bitter Ganesha. And then, okay, the first section, like that was that part. And then we had Otoha bringing out her dress, which was that dress which literally looked like a dominatrix dress. But as she said, that was like one of the which one of her favorite drummers wore, I think. Yeah. And right, so then we get to know the name of the band, Blanc de Noir and Alpha. And she's like, I do wonder if this is going to be their name, right? And will it? I'm not really sure. Maybe they'll change it. I'm not really sure. Well, let's wait and see. So yeah, and then we had people being like, oh my god, that girl, you remember that girl, the black haired girl? She probably will be very shy playing and everything. And they're just assuming, and then we see Otto coming out with that dress. Everyone's like, what the hell? But yeah, then then the whole Tina section starts happening, where Tina starts messing up. I talked about this whole section. She starts messing up because of a chest. She couldn't see the she couldn't see the keys, and then she was like, oh, I need to bend a little bit to properly see the keys. And then she was like, oh no, I missed the cue. There you go, it's over. She starts lagging behind, and people are like, what the hell is this song, this and that. Yeah, but then, oh, there were two stages to Tina's panic, you could say. The first stage was her being like, oh, should I stop? Should I stop playing? Maybe it'll be better then. So she was going to stop, but then in her head, she was like, no, one thing that Lily Sasset told me is that whatever you do, play up until the end. So she was going to stop, but then she just kept going. So that was like the first stage of her. Like, she could have messed up there. If she stopped there, it would have been over. So she didn't mess up there. She kept playing, even if she was playing wrong. And then came the second stage where Otoha told her that, oh, if you still mess up, just listen to my playing. I'll drag you out. I'll help you out. Put you on the proper path. Yeah, and that's what happens. She's able to do it. And now that she has conquered both of those sections, now when she's properly playing, she realizes how beautiful it is. The melody, when it all just melts together. And she was like in a forest with like all the different like branches and everything. And now you can see the forest just becomes like a beautiful like a scenery and everything. Like, yeah, it is, her whole thing changes. So Tina's whole section is okay now. She's keeping up at least. And then we had the whole section with Lisa. So everyone's like, oh my god, this guitarist is not that good, this and that, and Lisa's getting pissed off. Lisa's like, how can I perform to not only show Shiro that she was wrong, but also show the bitter Ganache, the audience, that they're wrong. I'm good at this, So she was just focusing too much on that, and she couldn't do anything. And then at the end, when Shiro was like, "Oh, it's over, we have lost," and bitter Ganache was like, "Ah, we win. She will be in our band from forever now." Yeah, that is where Lisa was like, you know what? Screw this. Why am I fussing about what the audience think, what Shiro thinks? I don't care. I'm just going to play. And she starts going crazy. Oh no, before that, Otoha kind of starts her playing, which kind of reminds her of that. She was like, you know what? If Otoha's playing like this, I also don't care. I'm just going to play it. And she remembers Otoha telling her that, you play it because you like it, this and that, which she kind of forgot. And yeah, so she starts playing herself, goes crazy. This is where everyone starts getting surprised. And this is barely the beginning. So when this starts happening, Oto starts going crazy herself. And then they start going back and forth in such a way that Shiro's like, I need to stop them. They're going to completely destroy the music. So she starts using her bass to control both of them. And yeah, so there you go. And Lily and Tina's like, oh my god, this is so beautiful. All the music are getting mashed. And she's like just having the time of her life. And yeah, everyone's having the time of her life. Shiro's smiling as well because her passion is bass. So, the fact that she can properly use her bass and complement the whole group made her happy, because up until now she's just been playing guitar, which wasn't really her passion. So yeah, this happens. The whole, music, the whole section, they just go crazy with their playing, and yeah, that's where the show ends. When they stop their playing, when it's over, the episode also ends. So yeah, let's see what happens in the next episode. Yeah, I'm hoping, I'm sure that they will win. Hopefully, not hopefully, because obviously if they don't win, she will have to play for bitter Ganache. I don't think that's how the show is going to go. So yeah, I think they'll win. And even after all of that, if they don't win, I don't know what to say. But anyways, so yeah, let's see. But one thing's kind of bothering me. Like, no, I doubt that. I was going to say that at the very beginning they kind of messed up a little bit. Will that affect their, I doubt that. This is Rock we're talking about. The fact that they redeemed themselves at the end and showed one of the best performance in itself should be more than enough for them to win. At least I hope so. So yeah. Right, so yeah, there you go. That was it. Thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to this channel, or you haven't subscribed, comment down below. Anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know, I'll check them out. And that is it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week with another episode of Rock is a Lady's Modesty. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.